Hello everyone, my name is Kelly. Welcome back to my channel today. I'm going to be doing the mid-year freakout tag. I was tagged by Reading with Tatiana. Her channel is so great. She gives such wonderful detailed reviews and she always has the kindest booktuber shout outs and gives us lots of information about authors. So I hope that you go see her freakout tag and that you go check out her channel. The first question today is, best book you've read so far in 2022, and because I'm a big old cheater, I'm not going to give you just one. I loved, my classic that I'm going to tell you is A Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I loved that very much. And then my favorite middle grade fantasy that I've read is the Wingfeather Saga by Andrew Peterson. It's just exceeded my expectations and how good it is. And then last but not least, I really enjoyed The Assassin's Apprentice by Hobb. I am new to her and I am very thankful I started the first year trilogy because I'm really enjoying it. All right, the next question is best sequel you've read so far in 2022. And that is The Bronze Beast by Roshani Chokshi. Every time I say that poor woman's name, I mess it up, by Roshani Chokshi. And it is the third and final book in the Gilded Wolf series. I just love living in that world. And if you like fantasy, if you love different magical systems, if you like it being a little bit of a historical fantasy in 1800s Paris, I think you will like that series as well. The next question is new release you haven't read yet but want to. I really want to read The Atlas 6. It's a dark academia. It's by Olivia Blake. I can't say people's names today, but that's okay because hopefully you will be able to find their books anyway. And if for some reason I really messed you up, I will put all the books and the authors in the description for this video. All right, next, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. That would be the next book, which will be number 4 in the Nevermore series. And I think that this series is just such a fun, magical, beautiful middle grade fantasy series. You are following a girl who just is kind of coming to age in her preteen years, and she has a lot of abilities that she didn't know she possessed, and I just love living in that world. So the author of that series is Jessica Townsend. Number 5, biggest disappointment. Okay, so this is probably a tie between Mexican Gothic, and that author is Silvia Moreno-Garcia, and The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Just neither one of them did it for me, but I think Mexican Gothic maybe beat out Leigh Bardugo from the very beginning. I wasn't sure if it was going to be for me, but Mexican Gothic, it started off really good. I was loving just, the characters and the vibes. I was really feeling, I had a recent video where I talked about how much I love Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and I kind of got similar vibes from this book, and then it just all went downhill for me. So I was very disappointed because I thought it was going to be one that I really was going to love. All right, the next question is biggest surprise. Well, okay, I also mentioned this in the quarter year book crisis tag video, but the Crowns of Crosswald series, which is a middle grade fantasy, and it's by D.E. Knight. I was contacted by the publisher to read it. I didn't request it or anything on NetGalley, and I have a small booktube channel, so I was like, okay, I'll try it, but I don't know if it's going to be any good. And I actually really enjoy it a lot. It is excellent middle grade fantasy. It is so much fun, and I just loved, again, it's just a world that I love to live in. All right, next. Favorite new author, debut, or new to you? Okay, I think I will really have to go with Robin Hobb on this one. Of course, she is not a new author at all, but she has been writing fantasy books for many years, but she was new to me, and there's a common theme here. I just love living in her world. I'm in the second book in the first year trilogy. The first book is The Assassin's Apprentice, and I am on the second one, which is Royal Assassins, and I'm sure that I will continue on to the third book after I am done with the first two. All right. Newest fictional crush. I really do not have one. I have no fictional crushes right now. I don't know if I'm just kind of beyond that stage because I have had them in the past. I guess I will compromise and tell you my first fictional crush ever, and that was Gilbert Blythe from Anne of Green Gables. So he was my fictional crush for many, many years. All right, book that made you cry is number 10, and it's immediately followed by book that made you happy. And it is one and the same book. And that is The Office BFFs by Angela Kinsey and Jenna Fisher. And of course, they're talking about their best friendship and their time on The Office. And just certain things like talking about Steve Carell's last day on set as Michael Scott, and just talking about motherhood and just supporting each other through their different stages of lives. I thought it was so much fun, but there were also moments just, for those of us that were adults, young adults when the show came out. I know it's had a resurgence, but it's with people who a lot of times weren't old enough to watch it the first time it was out. For someone that was a young adult when it first came out, I really just enjoy, hearing all the behind the scenes. And I talk about a little bit in my my July wrap up. I will be talking about why I have a funny Michael Scott, actually not Michael Scott, the real guy, Steve Carell story from my time when I used to live in Burbank, California. Editing Kelly just jumping in here to say that I forgot to say my favorite character. I forgot that question. My favorite new character, and that would be Podo. He is the grandpa pirate from the Wingfeather saga. So that's my favorite character. Thank you. Number 12, most beautiful book you bought so far this year. Okay, I am not a big book buyer. I am definitely more of a book borrower than a book buyer, but I did get this book called The Dream Treaders. And I just think that is such an interesting, striking cover. Wayne Thomas, I think you say Batson is how you would say his name, is the author. And I will tell you a little bit. It's Saving the World One Dream at a Time. So it's like about this 14-year-old who's a dream treader. And so it's definitely going to be an interesting one. I will probably get this either in August or September, maybe October. I actually might do it in October. It seems like a good one to do around spooky fall stuff. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? All right, I have so many series that I have started and yet not finished. So a lot of these are fantasy series. Actually, I think all of these on this list are fantasy series. Some of them are YA fantasy. So I mentioned the Farseer trilogy, which is by Robin Hobb. And so I need to read after I finish the one that I'm currently on, I'll need to read Assassin's Quest. Then I have read the first two bushes in the Ember and the Ashes series, which is a great series, just very diverse series about a young girl who has grown up in a very militaristic society, and she wants to basically take back her power, and we learn just a lot about who she is and what she can do. And that is the last two books in that series is Reaper at the Gates and A Sky Beyond the Storm. And again, that is by Saba Tahir. And then I need to read book 3 in the Caraval series. Again, this is a world where there is a traveling circus-like world where these two young sisters have secrets that they're discovering about themselves and about the master of Caraval. And so the last book in the Caraval trilogy is Finale, and the author is Stephanie Garber. So today, if you have not done the mid-year freakout tag, consider yourself tagged. I can't wait to see what all my friends put together. And I hope that you get to read a lot and you finish out this year strong. Have a great day. Bye-bye.